What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Yo, Mo and Coffee, how you guys doing? Just tweeting out real quick. Bam. Okay, move these over here. Everyone on the Twitch side, what's up, Austin? Modern Krypton, Lab, how you guys doing? Guys, I'm serious, like, look at this shit. Look at, okay, wait, let me move this here. Look at this. They literally said, like, what is this? We'll give people a second to get in here and then we'll unbox that. You got a trophy for Christmas? Nah, dude, it's for winning the heavy metal tournament. It's a bomb. So, like, literally, we get this package from Australia. And, Victoria literally was like, do we need to, like, she was dead serious. She's like, do we need to call Bomb Squad? Like, what is this? Look at the proofs they sent me for winning the heavy metal tournament, dude. This was, like, the picture they sent me. And I was like, oh, okay. It's gonna be like this big. That's cool. That's cool. You know? Look at these pictures here. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, they're gonna be like this big. Huh? Yeah, so me and so yeah, these are the proofs they sent us when we won. So it was me, Bog on my dog, Special Hero. You guys might remember we did a series of streams a couple of months ago where it was a fun tournament. It was a little it was weird how it was structured. It was like you had to get the most kills and you had to pick up the most medals. So your teams and the other teams, and there was a time component, and I think there's a time component, and there was a damage component. So it was like you really had to min-maxing, you had to min-max like killing the other team but letting them kill you and farming your own teammates' medals and stuff. It was cool. That's all foam. You think that would be all foam. And so when we won, me, Bog, and Special Hero, and we got sent these proofs, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be like this big. So once again, not that big. The unfortunate thing is Bog and Special said both of their trophies were broken in the same way. So I'm prepared for mine to be broken there too. So we'll see. So first off, bro, dude, I guess I can full screen this. Look at this here. Let me turn off there we go. So not foam, definitely 3D printed. The base is definitely 3D printed. I don't know about this, but like not foam. Definitely like probably a polycarbonate. Maybe polypropylene, something like that. The foam's there's foam in the case, but this is insane. My audio's low. Scar, I want to watch your streams, but your volume is so incredibly low. My microphone is literally like I can turn off here. One sec. Is that better? Everyone else is saying I'm good, so I don't know. It's fine. Okay, I'm worried about turning my because I don't want you to be able to hear my keyboard. I can move this closer to my face. I can make that better. So we have this, the base. This doesn't weigh a lot. Probably like I don't know, 3 pounds or so. We got a rod. Goes in the base. And then we have the Griffin. So this is this is crazy. The fact that they put this much effort, there are 3 of these in the world, guys. 3 of these in the world. Me, freaking Special Hero, and Bog got these. As far as I know, you can't buy these on the Bungie store. They're like, and the fact, like, this is heavier than the base. Like, this is chonky. And the fact they put this much effort into a trophy that, like, 3 random dudes won is crazy. And it's not like a raid or dungeon trophy. This is the same case that the dungeon trophies come in. So I think the same people made them. But, like, look at this, dude. And so the unfortunate thing is the thing that broke on both Special Hero and Boggs and mine, like all 3 of us got broken ones, which is fine. I'll be able to fix mine pretty easily. The handles snap off. The bike. So if you look at what they're supposed to look like here, they're supposed to have bike handles. Let me zoom in real quick. They're supposed to have these bike handles there. And so on all 3 of ours, unfortunately, I mean, it's shipped from Australia. It's not really surprising that something that fragile broke, but you can see our handles broke off. So I have them here. I'll be able to glue them back on using like craft glue or Gorilla Glue or something. But, oh yeah, I mean, it's a clean snap too. So I should be able to do that pretty easily using like a clamp or something. I'm not too worried. But it's awesome. It's sick. So, I mean, and then I think this should just go right there. Oh, okay. That scared the shit out of me. There we go. And we have our trophy. This is crazy. Like, what is this? It's incredibly well made. It's awesome. So, shout out to my friends Bog and Special for helping me win this and doing this tournament with me. I'm gonna make sure we keep. I'm gonna keep this case too. This is crazy, dude. Jesus, it's got 4 latches on it. It's a hefty case, but if you guys watch any of my like face cam videos, my shelves are full, so I am gonna have to order new shelves and redecorate. But this is crazy. We have another trophy coming for Rights of the Nine for getting. We were the top 10 people, the fastest 10 people to win that tournament, also get a trophy. So fuck. Once again, just to recap, this is a trophy that me and my friends won for. Bungie had a creator tournament for heavy metal, and there was like you had to do a combination of getting the most kills and getting like your own medals the most, and so we spent a couple of days like really optimizing our strategies. So huge thanks to Bungie for putting on the tournament and investing in such a freaking sick. I mean, it's high quality, dude. I look at this, the rocks. Like, I'm still in disbelief. Really well done. And whoever they got to do these, very well done. Very, very cool. So, very honored to have that. That's so sick. Do you have space for it? No, I literally do not have space for it. Like, ugh. Those are full. So, sorry, let me get out of the way. Those are very full. So, I'm gonna have to do something. I'll work on it. I just got my Desert Perpetual raid jacket too, so I'm gonna have another shadow box on the wall. I'm gonna have to find out where it goes, but yeah, man. I've always wondered how the quality for those Bungie items are. The plastic always sounds so smooth and crisp when putting them together. This is... Sorry, it wrote... So this moves. I have to find like a good... I wonder if it's supposed to like sit so it doesn't move right there. This is a cheaper plastic than this. The Sparrow, the Griffin, weighs more than the entire base. For sure. Very, very cool, though. Very sick. So thank you to Bungie for putting on those tournaments. I love these tournaments. Unfortunately, there was no... I was really hoping for the faction wars. I was hoping there would be something. Like, it would be cool if, like, the winning captains got, like, and, like, a couple random community members or whatever got, like, a Praxic blade hilt that was themed after your faction or something. Something like that. I'd be sick, but invite me to the team next tournament. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, man. So it's sick. What about the raid jackets? They look super nice to wear. No, I like having them in... I like shadow boxing them. I think it's really cool. I have my placements on them and stuff. Like, you guys can't see my Salvation's Edge one in the corner, but... 3rd place. Pretty sick. Hello, so I looked out, got the CYAN Crystal yesterday. Just need taken. It does exist. Don't give up. Yes! Yeah, so I really want to get the CYAN Crystal today. That's definitely main objective of today. And then I need the CYAN in the dawn... I need to finish the dawning. 2, I might need to let Shadow out here. Kitty, do you want out? She's good for now. Yeah, I need to finish the dawning for this guild, but figure we just chill out. I hope I want to talk about everyone's holidays. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Bounty hunts, Mars or Venus, and Piker or Tharsis. Damn. You fake fight your jackets? What? Oh, Shadowbox. Ha! When's the next room tour? I really should do one. I have so, especially like with the marathon stuff. I have some very cool stuff in this room, and my pin collection is complete again. I'm about to, so here, 1 second, let me grab some room here. In my, so you guys should see I have 4 of these. These are all the title pins. My 4th one, which you can't see, that one, there are 3 slots left, which will be filled by Praxic. Oh, Kitty. Hi, Shadow. Say hi to stream. She's such a brat. Praxic, Undertaker, and whatever the 3rd one for this expansion was. What was the 3rd one? Renegade. So I will be 4 full title pins full. So, yo, wine is fine. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, my friend, can you, if you have time in the stream, react to Donkey's 9 theory video? It's very good. Yeah, can you send it to me on Twitter or something? Are you ready to fight Crota for the 3rd time in Destiny Rising? Yeah, we're getting together a pretty good team. Pretty fun team for it. Very excited. Mildly excited. I have so much Destiny merch, I just 3D printed the Praxic blade. It turned out pretty darn cool. Dang. Dude, you should send some pictures. Yes, we did see the whole guy who made a raid in Halo. I do want to try to get a team together for that. Because I think that would be cool. I still want to do the Minecraft raids at some point. What else? What else? Yeah, Destiny Rising has that raid coming out. You guys see, really, dude, the freaking, the D-House video, as we were calling it, the video I made with the boys down, and Bearkey down in Austin, has been popping off. You guys seem to really be enjoying that, which is awesome. I had a very fun time editing that. I was going for a very specific humor in the edit, and I think it landed. I'm very happy of how that edit turned out. I have one more video from Austin coming out next week, which is another like game show. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Came to the Twitch stream to see if I could hear you any better here. The mic input is very low. Literally so low I have to turn you to 100 just to hear. I'm like, you're the only person having this issue. I don't know. Like, I listen back to all my stream, like, and Twitch and YouTube chat. Is my audio okay? Do I need to fix it? When I'm yelling, I'm peaking it. I see it maxing in the red. It's actually probably, I need to turn my noise gate higher. I think you need to try to like restart your computer or something, buddy. I'm sorry, like I wish it was a problem I could fix, but I really genuinely do not think this is a problem on my end. Why am I unwell? What the hell? The game's a little loud. I can turn it down. I can turn it down. That's easy. That's a little slider for me. But my mic audio is literally maxed. I can turn the gain up, but then I'm going to sound really bad, and you're going to be able to hear my clickety-clack even more than you already can. Yeah, everyone else is saying it's fine. I don't know. I really wish I could help you, Unknown. But I really think this is an issue on your end, not on my end. Huh? What's the meaning of the gift from Bungie? It was for a tournament that me and my friends won. You and Cactus both have this issue, lol, it's not on my end. Well, if multiple people are if you're having this issue watching multiple streams on multiple websites, and for at least my chat, no one else is having the issue, that does actually suggest it is on your end. That's actually, the fact that you added Cactus in there makes it even more likely that it's on your end. Yeah, I would definitely check your Windows volume mixer to see if you have like Firefox or Chrome or whatever lower than it should be. Could be an audio driver issue. Could just be a Firefox, like, or a browser. Maybe you need to update your browser. But the fact that you seem to be the only person having issues across multiple streams is very indicative of it not being a me problem, especially when no one else in chat is having the issue. So I don't know. Like, I wish I could help you, but I can't fix your audio issues on my side. But yeah, so I do have another, thing coming from them eventually. I should have two, because the Bungie Foundation technically, not technically, does owe me a replica of Whisper as well. That's been a couple years coming at this point. We'll see if that ever gets fixed, but that'll be a fun day too. So we got all sorts of fun stuff coming, which is cool. 75 lawless frontier activities. I don't have any of the planet crystals. Sheesh. Personally, I like having stuff to farm, and I like having like rare cosmetics to grind out. I think that's fun. If that ever arrives, we need a video on it, dude. I will document the journey that thing has been on. because it has literally been like, I think, over 2 years. It's funny because it was for breaking 125,000. I think I was the third person to do it. Now it's very likely with the next fundraiser, which should be happening soon. I think they usually do one in December or January. With the next fundraiser, it's very likely we break 250,000, which is so sick. Yo, Cole, what's up?
Hey, don't let anyone get that glimmer. I always wanted to try programming some myself.
Big Cal, so how are we feeling about Mint Retrograde versus the new Rocket Pulse? I still think Mint is better because you don't have to reload it. If they fix the origin trait on the new Pulse, it'll be good. It'll be almost as good. Honestly, in a lot of activities, I really enjoy just like running them both, though.
Mind if I skim a little off the
But Mint Retrograde is the GOAT. Oh, there's a jammer. Yeah, okay, I was like, why is it not letting me use my abilities? Do you know how hard solo Atheon is right now, what the easiest class is for solo Vogue? I think it's still technically Titan with melee. But I know Warlock with Wormy Boy. What's that? What the fuck? That's the grenade helmet. That shit was busted easy for a little bit.
Gotta earn the right to use your toys.
Mint is better, but the arc one has the benefit to be used with the lightsaber. That's true. Big, real and true. It's cool that we can even... Well, it's cool that we can have that discussion, because with Mint being so good, it's cool that there's something that even stands up to it, but also it kind of sucks that Mint is so much better. Like, Mint Retrograde has kind of done irreparable damage to the meta. It's kind of surreal, actually, how the addition of, like, a single weapon can make such an unbelievable impact.
Let's get it done.
Can I help you with something? Okay, I think Shadow wants to be let out now. Let me call that in. Let me do this. So let Shadow out. Alright, come on. Freaking cats. Alright, we're back. You tweeted the pictures of your practice played? Oh, hell yeah. We'll check those out here in a second. Your opinion on the new dungeon so far? I think it's the best one they put out. I would put it pretty... I'd probably put it in like the 7.5 out of 10 tier. Like a solid B, B minus. Not my favorite dungeon well, it's pretty light on the mechanics. I will say it is one of the better dungeons to farm, which helps it. So while the day one experience wasn't my favorite, and while the quest and the puzzles were kind of a letdown for me personally, big fan of the loot of the dungeon and big fan of the replayability of the dungeon, which are two very, very important parts of the dungeon equation. This guy took my fucking ATS. Why is Mint so much better? If or when the PSI origin trait is fixed, not only will it basically have rewind rounds, but it'll also have a little extra damage. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much just comes down to the fact you don't have to reload Mint Retrograde. I say while reloading Mint Retrograde. But that's really the crux of it. Also, most of like the primary weapons I like to use are solar. So Mint Retrograde, I think, for a lot of times has more synergy with like meta kinetic weapons. That's obviously not always the case, like lightsabers or primary ammo weapons. Stuff like the lightsaber's not primary ammo, but a lot of times if I'm going to an unlimited ammo weapon, it's going to be in the solar arc or void slot, just for personal preference, and that generally just comes down to like heal clip or crowd control perks or super generation. A lot of these are really like this guy, Apex Yeartide. What is this shit called? Apex Yeartide? Yeartide Apex. you know, shit's got some pretty insane super gem. I was definitely expecting more from the only dungeon we're getting this year. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it. I'm glad that it has the replayability and the loot quality of something like Vespers. I would say it's probably more farmable than Vespers in a good way. Vespers probably had slightly better loot, though I really love the addition of the Dark Saber Crystal Chase. I think that's really cool. I just think the encounters themselves are not as interesting as a whole. Just power creep it with rocket autos next year. It was pretty funny because we were talking in one of my... It was either in my interview with Ben. Oh, wait. No, it was either in my interview that I did with Fallen and Cactus with Allison and Robbie, or it was in the one that Mac did with Tyson. I forget who said it, but someone was like, we can't just keep making rocket versions of everything. And I think it was Mac. Now that I think about it, but he was like, why not? Dude, what the fuck? Why does this thing got so much friggin' health? Helosphere, the replayability is crazy, but yeah, the puzzle and length is kind of short for the only dungeon this year. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, honestly. I think the biggest disappointment for me is the fact that it's a Warlord's Ruin or Sunder Doctrine style quest instead of a Vesper style quest. I think that's personally a huge miss. I think you could have pretty easily fit narratively a Praxic Order community puzzle in there, even if it's a smaller one like Vespers. Something for us to chew on a little bit and to make the experience stand out. The dungeon quests have largely become very homogenized in a very annoying way. Or it's like, run the dungeon once and find a secret room while you're doing it, and then run it again and find another secret room, and then when you find the third secret room, you can focus stuff. Whoa. And it's like, man, I'm getting kind of sick of that that formula. And Vespers didn't really tell you what to do, and then it culminated in the community puzzle. And so while it was like, run it once to do this puzzle and then run it once, they were at least like, they didn't handhold you through the puzzles, and they were like vastly more interesting, and the culmination was cooler. Do you think this game is so figured out that what they're just saying is fuck it and making fun OP stuff? Yeah, I think that... Can we fucking cut this out? What is this? I'm getting absolutely farmed by this guy. Dude! What is happening? I couldn't leave. I just want to see how long this will go for. Am I gonna die? Like, what? Oh my goodness. That was just insane. More accurate captain. Straight up took your lunch money. Dude, that was really aggressive. Yo, Miss, thank you for the sub. But yeah, so I like the new dungeon. I would say it's, I wouldn't call it like disappointing. Like, I think it's a really solid addition. And honestly, especially where Destiny is in its life cycle and how poor the core game is in terms of like the portal and incentive to like play the game in a lot of ways. I would much rather, like, if the options are a farmable dungeon or like a good couple time experience dungeon, like if the options are like Equilibrium or something like Sundered, or let's say like Warlords. Like Warlords didn't really have a lot of reasons to farm things, and it wasn't really that fun to farm things, I would say. Or Ghost of the Deep. Ghost of the Deep is a much better example, because I like Warlords. But like Ghost of the Deep, like, had a couple good pieces of loot, but not really, and there wasn't like an extended cosmetic chase, and it was kind of annoying and tedious to farm. Minus Cold Comfort, which is like the one thing I think people really wanted to get. If my options were something like that versus Equilibrium, then I want an Equilibrium, because Equilibrium being farmable really helps supplement the portal being lackluster, right? And same thing with Lawless Frontiers. Like, having an extended loot chase and something that's really fun to do repeatedly really helps take everyone's mind away from the fact that the part of the game that's supposed to be infinitely replayable is really struggling right now. So in that frame of view, I'm really glad we got something like Equilibrium.
Drifter, are you out there? I need to ask you something.
What's up, Chris?
Well, it was nice having a great DPS phase. The 45 minutes to get there was ridiculous. Yeah, I feel like that's a problem with a lot of modern dungeons. I think Equilibrium is better at it. Like, even solo... Why is that not locked? Holy shit. Even solo,
trying to get to Earth, the city.
what is happening?
Sent out a distress call.
Even solo, I think it's not that bad to get to a DPS phase on,
We didn't get there in time.
Seer is so easy. Or, sorry, Harrow is so easy to get to DPS phase. Seer is a little longer, but I think, like, way better than something like,
I gotta go.
Puppeteer.
Thanks.
Okay, Contested or Invasion. Spider Renegade ability, Europa or Venus. Alright, we'll just do Spider ability Contested. Please. Puppeteer would be a way better encounter if you only had to do one side. I'll die on that hill. Puppeteer is my favorite dungeon encounter in the entire game. I think Puppeteer is a good encounter. It's a pain in the ass solo. It's, once again, like, if you only had to do one side, I think that would be a much better encounter. It'd be way too fast to get to DPS. Dog, like, half the dungeon, like, even Harrow. Like, you can do Harrow about as fast as you can do one side of Puppeteer. You can do... because you still have to do the top room. Keep in mind, if you only have to do one side, you still have to do the top. Like the starting room, right? That's a lot. That's still a 2-part phase versus the normal Puppeteer, which is 3. There are very few bosses in the game where you have to do 3 individual things to get to DPS.
Employ any method you wish.
I know you mentioned in a previous stream that you don't like changing up your loadout unless the game requires it, but have you experimented with the Praxic Blade builds? Yes, I used Praxic Blade for effectively my entire solo of the dungeon. Very good. It's so easy to use. It's so much fun. Everything related to the Praxic Blade is awesome. Fire and Ice, pretty good exotic mission. All the secrets in there. The secrets in Fire and Ice are better than the secrets in Equilibrium. All of the crystals and like everything coming from a different part of the DLC, so you have a reason to like farm and engage with the different parts of the expansions, like the factions and Lawless Frontier and the dungeon and Invasion. Like, that's awesome. I love the fact, usually with craftable exotics, there's like 1, maybe 2 usable versions of it. The fact that you can have a top tier build using regular attacks or your heavy thrown attack or your reflection attack is awesome. Like, everything that is done in the ecosystem surrounding the Praxic Blade is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. Like, they absolutely killed it. It's awesome. Oh, spider ability. That was so close. I wish we had feats for Vespers because the time trial of the first encounter on contest was so much fun. Yeah,
The Reformation.
I agree with that. I would really enjoy if, I would love if they started rolling out, similarly to how old raids got crafted versions. I would love if they started doing that with tier 5s and dungeons. And really, I just think, like, I want Pit of Heresy and Shattered Throne to get a glow up so badly. Like an epic Shattered Throne with tier 5 versions, renewed mechanics.
And without delay.
Like, make Duel and Karu like an actual encounter. Oh man, I just would love that so much. I think, I just one day I hope that happens. I want so many resources very selfishly dedicated to old raids and dungeons being brought up in very interesting ways. Like, I want an epic Last Wish. I would love some amalgamation of Leviathan and the 3 raid layers put together. I just think there's so much there left on the table, and I don't want it just brought back 1-to-1, but I think there are really awesome ways that you can kind of pull that all together into something truly special. And I know it's becoming less likely every year that those sorts of things happen, but I really am just holding out hope for stuff like that. I think Activision was the only time trial encounter that turned out well. Wait, what? I think Activation was the only time trial encounter that actually turned out was tuned really well for its timer. Is that the first of Vespers? What other? I think for dungeons, sure. I think a lot of the, especially on contests, I think the timers for Salvation's Edge were really well done. I feel, especially like first encounter, like I remember that feeling just like really well tuned day of. I'm trying to think of other time dungeon encounters. I remember, I think Ghosts. Was Ghost time? Is first encounter Ghost time? It's not, is it? Oh, it was, it would have been timed for Rites of the Nine, right? And there's a time component to Pantheon, too. I feel like a lot of those were done really well, as far as I can remember. It is such a shame. It's actually like borderline criminal that the changes from Pantheon were not carried over in some way to the full versions of those raids. It's just the best version of Nezarec, the best version of Rolk. I don't even remember the Riven changes. But like so many of those changes should have been carried over. Have you got your CYAN Crystal yet? No, but I'm completing an exotic contract right now. Pit with Feats Holy. Yeah, imagine like a redone Pit of Heresy. And you make it just a little bit more interesting. Oh, man. You just add a couple extra mechanics. You give Pit some actual loot, because I think it was like literally only Premonition was the only Pit exclusive weapon. Like, give it a proper... I don't even care if you just take all of the moon weapons. Same thing with Shattered Throne. Make epic Shattered Throne, redo those encounters, and then just make like updated versions of the Dreaming City weapons and armor with tier 5 interesting like renewed perk pools, a unique origin trait or whatever. And then the only way you get them is from doing epic Shattered Throne. Oh my god. Holy shit. A couple new cosmetics. Oh my goodness. Epic epic Last Wish, where you get to break the Dreaming City curse. Oh my goodness. So many good things that you could do there. Raven got massive DR in her claws and mouth until you made it all the way back up. Oh, was it? It was just the fix for Riven was you just couldn't cheese her. I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I want that one implemented. They fixed all the problems with Ghost of the Deep. Yeah, oh, they also made it only 3 phase in the first encounter, right? I think they did. They changed it from 4 to 3. And then they're like, yeah, whatever. Enjoy the normal version of this. Like, why? They did so much work into that. Finished my second run of the campaign on my Titan. To get my Titan ready for builds and play Lawless Frontier. Will say, painful to run Lawless a bunch of times in the campaign. I don't know if I will do it for my Hunter. Yeah, I see what they were doing with that. Like, just because it's a good idea for one time to use the campaign as since the Lawless Frontier is like fairly complex, to kind of use the campaign as a tutorial. But yeah, there's no way that ages well with replayability. 3 phases, and they made it so the next ogre spawns as soon as you dunk instead of. Oh yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, one day we're gonna get just like incredible versions of all this stuff. It'll be great.
Mind if I skim a little?
Imagine 7 years from now, Destiny 3 comes out, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna spend half of our time bringing back Destiny 2 dungeons and raids." Did you see the new computer trailer for Destiny Rising? I saw the the seasonal trailer. Yeah, we have a team. I was talking about this and I forgot to finish it. We have a team. We're doing Crota. I think it's on the 3rd of January. I don't know. I think it'll be fun. It's a pretty fun team. So we'll see what we can do with that. Oh yeah, Planets was really good during Pantheon 2, and they added all the tormentors in between phases and stuff. That was pretty good. A new trailer dropped like 40 minutes ago. Oh, we can check it out. Oh wait, what the heck? Who started a prediction? I didn't even see that. Wait, are you guys betting against me? What the hell? Thanks, Lab. Appreciate you. Maybe I'll give Lab head mod or whatever. Actually, like, to be completely honest, if anyone deserves it, is absolutely Lab.
Hope there weren't any bad surprises waiting on your radar.
Yo, what's up, Evichi? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Yes, I did see the Halo Infinite raid. I do want to do that. Maybe I'll see if, like, Milo wants to do it or something. We can get, like, Bog and Milo. Could be kind of fun. Are my teammates in here? What is happening? I can't hit my shots, that's what's happening. Okay, one more wave. And then after this, one more small extract thing, and then we get to find out if we... Oh no, we still actually have to kill a boss and then retaliators. And then we get to find out if I get the CYAN crystal. I have had... This is going to be my second exotic contract host fix. My 4th one overall. But I've only had one post buff of the drop rate, so... I don't know who, everyone here that has the CYAN crystal, how many contracts did it take you post buff? Did it take anyone more than 2? 1, 2. Okay, I'm liking these numbers. As long as I don't see like a 5. I think it was like 4. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's exactly what I did. I did not want to see that number right there. 17. All right. That's a lab classic, though. Six or 7. What the hell? 6, 7. Alrighty. No bonus wave, please. Oh, that was the bonus wave.
My trackers lit up from the data.
Someone should make a lightsaber dot report and rank people by how many of the lightsabers. Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick, lab. Get on it. What's the what is the tiebreaker? Like, if someone has every component of the lightsaber, is that just it? If Destiny 3 ever happens, I hope Bungie doesn't bring back old stuff from Destiny 1 or 2, only new stuff. I almost 100% agree.
They're cornered. It's you or them.
I should have probably had an idea what the odds were before putting 100k down. Yeah, I have no idea what they are. I feel like for Destiny 3, if D1 content or D2 content was to return, it should be in the style of Pantheon. Yeah, I like kind of like an Age of Triumph, like once a couple years style thing where it's like, hey, we brought back blah 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 or whatever. But honestly, like, it is pretty disappointing in hindsight how much of Destiny 2 development was just bringing back like mostly pretty mid Destiny 1 content. Like, the raids are nice, but like, think about how much work they had to put into bringing back the Cosmodrome, whatever the hell Ash and Iron was, like all of that stuff. That's just kind of a shame, man. I watched a new Marathon Vidoc. I'm so ready to play it. Real and based. Dude, I actually am really... It sucks that Marathon's the focus of it, but I have been really enjoying watching, like, the freaking nerds on Twitter try to scramble to find something to hate the game about. Oh, it looks too good now. Oh, no, I preferred when it looked bad. Like, just shut the fuck up, dude. It's awesome. Grum's being like, oh, I think it looked better before. Or I still think it looks bad. It's like, dude, go get fucking laid. What the hell is happening? Oh, here we go. Goodbye.
Think they learned their lesson?
There are not enough boobs in this video game. Yeah, he was just really mad that it was a liquid burger, not breast milk, bro. Fucking clowns, dude. Oh, we're being shot at. What the fuck? Dude, I'm very excited though. I mean, with it coming out in you know, March, like, oh no. I'm sure they're gonna be ramping up stuff here soon, and I'm pretty freaking excited for that. All right, where's this freaking nerd? Oh, that's not him. That's him. That is also not him. Oh, shit. Oh, he's gone. We got fully invaded. Glad to see folks excited about Marathon. The team poured their hearts into it for sure. It's awesome. It's been really nice to see the turnaround. It's so cool that there are people that are seeing it, you know, and they're like, oh shit, there could be something special here, and that's been very nice to see.
Contract is complete.
I wonder what the collector's edition of Marathon is going to have. You're definitely gonna need more shelves, dude. There has been no like mention of different editions or whatever. I am fiending for a physical collector's edition with something cool. A worm statue or a glitch statue or something. Dude, I need it in my life. Maybe some, you know, Destiny collector's editions almost always have like little puzzles or even larger ARGs in it. Oh yes, a Bingus statue? That would be sick, true. It'd be, and with how Marathon marketing has been cooking, it'd be cool to see something like that. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to, like, I try not to impress too much of, like, oh, Destiny used to do this and this and this on Marathon. Like, I want it to kind of exist in its own shell. No pun intended, but also, though, it's like, well, if any game's gonna do a bunch of Easter eggs and ARGs, it's probably the game that's, like, built around that stuff. So, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Just glitch feet? Why is that a 7 TV emote? Is it? A life-size compiler statue? I think compilers are, like, 12 feet tall. There's a member in the Discord I'm in who's blowing the art thing out of proportion. She's saying that the art was 1,000% stolen throughout the game rather than a few decals. I mean, we just know objectively that's not true. Right, like, that's just... The art situation should never have happened. I'm glad that Anti-Real got paid and is seemingly getting a lot of exposure out of it, and I hope their career goes on to be, like, incredibly fruitful, because they're clearly very talented people. But if you take a situation and you blow it up into something that it's not, or, like, you add things onto it, it makes, like, you're just turning the entire thing less serious, right? I say it to Destiny people all the time. There's so many genuine things to complain and get mad about, or be disappointed in. The second you start, like, making shit up, or being hyperbolic about other stuff, it makes everything seem less serious. Focus on what's real. Focus on the actual issues and things that actually happen, instead of trying to, you know, if you sensationalize one thing, it makes everything seem less serious. That's like 17 sweatsicles tall. It is so funny in how many of these Austin videos with all of us in it, people are just like, man, Sweat's tiny and Scarrow's huge. There's so many of those comments on those videos. It's actually hilarious. I really like the tweet that they tweeted something that was very obviously something they had to say from lawyers. Yeah, it has been resolved to my satisfaction, or whatever. Yeah, that's very NDA speak. You are tall? Yeah, I know, but it's just, it's always, I'm tall, but I'm not like that tall, right? Like, I'm just under 6'2". I'm like a, you know, I'm above average, but I'm not like freaking massive, you know? But it's just so many Destiny creators are like pretty small. So in comparison, I always look huge next to like Fallout or Mactix or Dado or Sweat, or Milo or Paul. It's like, look, man, it's not as much that I'm tall, it's that they're just short. Hey, but we stan our short kings.
Exfiltration vehicle has arrived. All right, let's take that hot home.
I've literally never seen the timer go below 9 in these missions. Well, hey, I'm savoring the cyan crystal I'm about to get. You're 6'4", get on your level. That's too tall. Even at my height, I'm too tall.
The job is done.
It's inconvenient for like cars and public transportation. Nothing's made for people my height. I could not imagine being even taller. Please. Please. What in the fuck just happened? What? What? Is it because contested moved? Bungie? Guys? The fuck was that? Oh! What the hell? If you weren't savoring it, you would have had time. That's a good point. If I would have locked in.
Backstabbers in arms on Thar's
I didn't write
expecting
that.
a shipment and doesn't want to share.
Oh man, yeah, that's the thing. We're completing it during a daily reset voids the run.
Location and a cut of the profits. You give me the goods.
Bruh.
Deal?
Bruh. That's insane. That just happened to me. Man. Oh, goodness. Okay, well. Note to self. If Marathon has daily resets, extract before the daily reset. I don't want my runs to be invalidated. Lost Frontier in the big 2025. Holy.
Welcome to the frontier.
Lost Frontiers only existed in 2025, Snur. You should have waited 3 more days to say that. I'll log the bug now, even if it doesn't exist. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I didn't even check. What, Oh, it's smuggled, dude. Fuck.
Got a whole lot of tasks for you. So
Alright, log in. Let's get the doors here.
your opponents are holed up in there. Don't let them out again. Impressive hunting.
We're starting off with a wave and a free behemoth, though. That's a good combo. Wait, why do we have a freaking detector already?
We're not here to play I Spy.
Yeah, Joe? Have you tried Eager on the Dungeon Sword? No, I've heard it's really good to skate with, and I have, like, the God Roll, but I haven't used it yet.
Good. Knowledge of your opponent is power.
You've never used the Behemoth? Dude, it's so
Upper
good.
hand.
If you have 2 or 3 people using a Behemoth, it's, like, unreal how fast you can complete these objectives. Especially the bounty, or like the wave ones. Because the waves, like, most of the time the enemies only spawn in like 1 or 2 locations. And so you're able just to like absolutely murder things and spawn kill. mode. It's pretty good. What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said bonus wave? I'm a firm believer that nothing in Destiny should have bonus waves. This goes all the way back to Dares of Eternity, when I know someone thought it was hilarious to make the lightning round the slowest part of Dares of Eternity. Because it's ironic. But nothing in Destiny should have bonus waves. I don't want to do more things for the same amount of loot. Or a marginal increase. Bro, who's using airstrikes? What's happening here?
You don't know how much trouble you've caused.
Bonus round is not the slowest part of Dares. It, like, literally is. It totally is.
I don't understand.
You have to cap, what, 7 zones?
I already do. Except you're
It was so slow.
Only need the one when we meet.
Well, I'm a huge marathon shill due to the playtest I was in. Allegedly. Allegedly. And how the art story itch my brain in such a good way. Allegedly. Is there any way Bungie could rebuild trust and hype other than releasing the game? Yeah, through, like, more really good marketing. Like, I think the Vidoc alone has shown that there are pathways to this. Right? Like, just the fact that a simple, a very complex in reality, but one piece of 20 minutes of a single piece of marketing material has shifted the narrative so much. Now, the job is far from done. But I would actually argue, like, they could even release Marathon right now, and it could be the greatest freaking game ever, or whatever. It wouldn't necessarily matter. Like, I think the marketing component of this might actually be a little more important. Bungie's, like, biggest strength has always been, especially early on, their hype machine. Like, they're very good at knowing what people want to see and building hype around that. Even when the, you know, in cases where, like, the end product might not reflect that, like Lightfall, right? But I think there's definitely a way through really, really well thought out and well presented marketing material and things like ARGs, was that him? Where they can continue to turn the narrative around. Yeah, I don't know what you were doing, Tom.
That is brutal. You always like this.
If everyone in this chat breaks their NDA, they wouldn't be able to take all of us. Yeah, I'm not taking that risk, buddy. That was hey, for legal reasons, that was someone in chat saying that, and I'm shutting that idea down. Am I being shot? What's going on here? I think I'm being shot. Who's shooting me? What's this nerd neck looking ass? You up here? Hello? Oh!
I'm making a note to arrest you from behind.
Sorry,
If I
team.
ever have to.
Okay. The spawn locations for these guys could be switched up a bit. I feel like at times it's a bit predictable. But maybe I have predicted the wrong spawn for this guy. I did not, in fact, predict the wrong spawn for this guy. I was dead on the money. Oh, you're a bitch. Easy. Alright. Locking.
Easy now, friend. They're gone. It's just you out here.
I'm still salty over the Destiny 2 neglect to trust them on Marathon. I think that is a much larger issue than just Marathon, right? Like, honestly, to become, like, if you think about all of the management decisions that had to be made for things to go where they are, just blaming that on Marathon is actually letting the people that made those decisions higher up. That's kind of letting them off the hook a little too easily by giving them an effective scapegoat. In my opinion. It's also then also putting the blame on a lot of people who had in no way, shape, or form could influence that decision. It's like going to Taco Bell and being like, I will never fucking buy the quesarito, and like screaming at the cashier, I will never buy the quesarito because you fuckers got rid of the caramel empanada. And the guy's just like, sir, this isn't a Wendy's, you know? It's like, it's not that dude's fault. It's not the quesarito's fault. You know what I mean? Entirely different things. Even though I'm also pissed they got rid of the caramel empanada. Don't get me wrong, man. That shit's gas. But you should be able, you shouldn't deprive yourself of the quesarito, and you definitely shouldn't bully the 14-year-old at Taco Bell. You know what I mean? They're just living their best life. They're doing their Taco Bell best. That's why I call headquarters whenever I'm in line so the employee can watch me yell at their CEO. That's the way to do it. Call your fucking congressman while you're in line. Can you fucking believe? Is the drop chance of the 3 destination crystals affected by the difficulty? I have literally zero idea. But by yelling at the fucking cashier at Taco Bell, you're letting John Taco Bell off the hook. He's like, yes, please bully my employees and don't look at my bank account, please. Yeah, there's difficulty. Scaradose Ball mentioning the caramel empanada. Dude, the biggest throw of all time is Taco Bell not locking the fuck in and always offering that. What fools. No one wants your goddamn dry ass fucking cinnamon twists, bro. No one with a mouth likes that shit. Get that out of here. Is there a reason why you never play music on stream? It's mostly like copyright. Like if I don't play music, I don't have to worry about it. When I'm doing like, back when I was doing pretty tough solo challenges and I just needed to like disassociate and lock in. There were times where I would play like Era. They're on UNFD, I think, so it's like you could play all of their music copyright free. There were like certain labels where I know I could kind of get rid or away with it, but it's dude, it's just so much to fucking worry about. So you should solo win this. I've been kind of getting that bug. I need to catch up on a bunch of stuff, but it is looking like I might have time to do a few solo challenges before things get crazy with Shadow and Order and Marathon. Look at what happened with the nacho fries, dude. The fucking nacho fries. Oh my god, what about the freaking Taco Bell chicken nuggets, dude? Banger. Banger. Did you ever do full solo run? I have soloed the entirety of run like 10 to 15 times. I have never done it flawless. I've done it with one death many times, like 3 or 4, I believe. I died at the final stand of Explicator at least 3 times. It's been a while since I've thought about all of this, but I've done the full solo like a ton. I'm a big fan. I would like to go back and do the solo pause, but I've heard it's like incredibly easy right now. So when should Shadow and Order be dropping? According to the in-game clock, I think it's like the 2nd week of March, I think, something like that, March 13th or something, whatever the Tuesday closest to that is. You will literally never die in final again with main retrograde. That's insane. You still like, Especially with the rotations that we used to, like the fucking, you had to get ammo, you had to do merciless, you had to rocket dump, like. The fact that it's just like M1 now is crazy. March 3rd? Okay. I got my friend to buy Renegades and took them to get their Praxic Blade. They love it so much. Yeah, I mean, it is like... I think the Praxic Blade has the... it's sort of like the distilled essence of everything that makes Destiny gameplay fun, right? It's a really, really good job done there. We need rotations back? Yeah. Best I can do is not swap. You will enjoy using Thunderlord Super Spam, and you will be fucking happy about it. Between now and March, when do you think we're getting the roadmap? Probably on the reveal of either Marathon or Shadow and Order.
Now, head to Exfil.
I wouldn't, like
Lovely.
around that time. I don't think those will be the same stream or whatever, but I bet we'll get like a, hey, this is the state of Bungie. This is what we're doing.
Now get the Hawks.
Marathon will come out here. Destiny stuff will come out here. I'm really super curious. Like the number one question that keeps running through my head. Do they maintain the 2 expansion a year thing? Like, do we think, because I would, after Edge of Fate, I was kind of leaning towards there's no way they do this again. But now after Renegades, I'm like, oh shit. Maybe they do this again. So I'm very curious to see if Shattered Cycle and Alchemist are still both slated to come out next year. Very curious about that. If they're gonna switch up the kind of major release and then big expansion alert thing. I would not be surprised if there were some changes around like the Ash and Iron Shadow of Order type updates.
Rides here, Guardian.
But we'll see.
And Exfil safely.
I would imagine a lot of the work that would have went into Edge of Fate went into core game. Oh yeah, like 100%. I'm sure the portal took an unbelievable amount of work. Don't get me wrong at all on that front. Renegades is so good. I'll be driving home from work and think I'm gonna run some Lawless Frontier. It is pretty remarkable how much it has like changed how I feel about the future of the game. And like I talked about this a couple streams ago, but I'm so adamant. Like I really think the way forward for Destiny is self-contained experiences. Stop trying to make things that'll last forever, like strikes and shit, in the portal, and just focus on making stuff that'll last 6 months. And it's like, maybe we can revisit it in the future, but I would rather, like any day of the week, I would rather a Lawless Frontier and all the work going into this unique experience that's like very farmable and very fun and makes us think back. It's like a very unique time in Destiny versus like a Civ plus solo ops or strikes or whatever. And it's like trying to reinforce the forever game and give you unique short experience. Like, no. Unique periods of time, experiences, ecosystems. That's the future of Destiny, in my opinion. Into the light style things where it's a very big activity, you know, some sort of core loop where you maybe interact with a couple different parts of the game, like Lawless Frontier. Unique loot. Bam. Package, send it. Yes! Bam! Easy. Literally first try. Now all I need is dark matter. I totally forgot that was even gonna happen there. I forgot I was doing an exotic.
Gonna make some glimmer.
Easy.
Definitely made some enemies.
Okay. All right. Who wants to just rip through 0 feet dungeons, man? Maybe Bungie needs to rethink strikes. I've been so adamant for years. Repackaging story missions into like battleground strikes style stuff, that's totally fine. I don't mind. Very similarly to how Fire and Ice, you know, exotic mission, like that's cool. The battlegrounds from Echoes, those are cool. Strikes, like no significant amount of time should go into just making a strike so we just have a strike. Like liminality, I'm not interested in that at all. It does not move the needle forward in any way. It's not infinitely replayable. It's just a waste of time. Like focus on unique new experiences. If you have a narrative that you want to tell through a more epic, grandiose mission and you think it could serve as a replayable piece of content like a strike or a battleground or an exotic mission, go for it. That's fine. But I'm so sick of the Destiny community being like, oh, we need strikes just so we have strikes. Like, fuck that. Okay. Cole's, yeah, hop in, Cole. And, yeah, here. Just if we need one person, if we are speeding through 0 feet dungeons. First person to join, and Cole, we'll just zoom through a few of them. We'll just fucking vibe. Wait, where's my check? Why do I have a checkpoint? I guess we'll do it from the checkpoint. You want me to skip? Yeah, hit the skips. And we'll go ahead and fly in since Cole's already here, and then just first person to join, you can do the dungeon with us. The game needs more yearly events. Dawning Festival, Solstice, Guardian Games isn't enough. Well, they've been adding a ton. Heavy Metal. Call to Arms is one of the best additions they made to Destiny in terms of the live service game, like ever. I love... In terms of infinitely replayable activities, Call to Arms is the way to do it. You have Arms Week. You have Iron Banner's hopefully going to get some sort of retooling here soon. They've been going like all in on the event game, Uber, over the last 6-7 months. Like, oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That's like one of the parts of the game with Edge of Fate that I think was done very well that doesn't get enough recognition. Like, I think they absolutely are slaughtering that in a really good way. Like, I think they are just absolutely killing it with live events and stuff. When is Arms Week back? I don't know when Arms Week is back. Call to Arms, they said, would be back in the first... It should be before March. So either in January or February, we should be getting Call to Arms. I'm going to wait here for the res. Rights of the Nine is another really good example. We know we have some sort of end game event happening sometime soon. But like, I think for what it was, Rights of the Nine was a really good live event and added a lot to the game. I think like the event team's been really, really killing it, dude. They should be proud of their work, in my humble opinion.
Guardian down.
And I think the event team also has like a very, like the revamps of the existing, like the revamp of Festival was really, really good. I really liked Solstice was fun. It'll probably need a little bit more now that we're all showered in tier 5s. It'll probably need to be something else next time it comes around. But the revamp for like the extra Crucible mode and Dawning was really fun. I'm very excited. Oh, the revamp for Guardian Games, the boss rush, that was sick. Like, the event team should be very happy with what they're doing, and I hope they don't get complacent. Like, I hope they're not like, oh, we added everything we should to Guardian Games. I hope they continue to build on everything every year, personally. But I think they've been doing a really fantastic job. And it's been one of the more interesting parts of the game post Edge of Fate. especially in the Edge of Fate era. Like, Renegades has done a lot of stuff right. We'll have to see how they handle events and stuff if they continue to iterate on them. But I've got a lot of hope, man. I think Ben and his team are, they seem to be doing, they seem to really take what we want into consideration, and they're killing it. Oh my god, we're on Glorious already? Holy shit. 0 tier is free. Solstice just needs a fun PvE activity? Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I thought you want to do full runs for Dark Crystal. Does starting a CP work? Yeah, so checkpoint is, you get 1 chance per encounter per full clear. So because presumably the last encounter I actually completed was final, this will still give me a chance at the Dark Crystal. I think. I assume I didn't. I don't know why I would have this checkpoint, because I wasn't farming anything. So I assume we must have helped someone do the quest or something. I forget, but. The events have been good, but the loot can be better. That is true. I think the Dawning has been. It's hard, because I think, like, I like the idea of a shared loot pool that kind of grows between, like, Call to Arms and Heavy Metal and that stuff. I like the idea of different shinies. Maybe I would like different roles being able to, like, slightly different roles coming from the different events, I think might be nice. Or slightly different origin traits or something. But I think it's a good start.
Guardian down.
Supposedly the sidearm's actually really good in PvP, Tuna. The only thing I think the team got wrong with the Edge of Fate is tiering. Should never been based on power. Since Bungie won't reset power, the system is broken. Yeah, it is unfortunate they put so much time and thought into that just for it to be accelerated all the way through. Totally agree. Come on down. Yo, Shrimp! How you doing, buddy? Shrimp, did you see there's allegedly a chat told me a longer play test coming up? Okay. How are they at second? Because Cole knows all the skips, because he's a fucking goat. There's a chunk. Yeah, that was sick. I would say my chunking was even pretty bad on that phase too. Yo, Hammy, what's up? Yo, PSU, how you doing? Yo, Hammy! Did you have a very Merry Christmas? Dude, we had a good time. My dad and my stepmom and my brother came down. It was pretty good time. Got to shoot some pucks. It was fun. Trunking solo is meh. Like, yeah, you can one phase, but solo false is kind of risky. It's hard with chunks because you only get like a couple of grenades if you don't have a Song of Flame on your team.
Guardian down.
Fantastic. First Christmas with my family. Has been together on Christmas for over a decade. Nice. It was pretty lit. Unfortunately, finished off with Stranger Things Season 5's Volume 2. Yeah, I've already watched it as well. I'm not, I don't know, as usual, I'm not as, like, down on it as everyone else is. It's definitely, like, noticeably not as good as Season 4, in my opinion, but I don't know. Hopefully the finale makes up for it. Just a real, I think my biggest thing personally, like I know a lot of people have a lot of different qualms with it. For me, it's a noticeable lack of like action scenes. I would have liked a lot more horror stuff. I would have really liked a lot more like yeah, action and maybe like a little bit of thriller stuff that like just like we got in Season 4, and unfortunately just not been a lot of that. Really unfortunate, but I think it's better than Season 2 and 3, but definitely could have been so much better. Yeah, and I still think they can make up for it in the finale, but we'll have to wait and see. Here. I love this show, but there's so many things that just butchered characters. I blame the writing. I don't want to be tough on the Duffer brothers, but like, man, I think for another thing is like the apprehension to like kill anyone in previous seasons is really catching up to them now, because now the cast is just way too fucking big and they need everyone to have like their moment, and I think it's really overshadowing kind of a lot of the main characters. It's I don't know, it is pretty unfortunate, but you know. It's not horrendous. I just think it could be better. Is kind of where I sit. But they should have been killing people at least starting in season 3. They really should have started killing people. And it's yeah, it is what it is. Man, you really want to get more info about Marathon and Destiny? Well, luckily for you, surely we will be getting more information on both relatively soon. I feel like everything is too grand. It's just like it doesn't feel like it used to anymore. There are a lot of those shots where you can tell they're like doing the Marvel like shots, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god. Can we just get back to killing things, please? And I won't say any spoilers, because I know not everyone's watched season 2 or part 2 of volume 2 of season 5 yet. There's a very specific scene that anyone who has watched it knows exactly what I'm talking about, where it's like bad fake out. Very, very disappointed with how that scene ended, and everyone should know exactly what that scene is. Isn't Stranger Things the Russo brothers? No. It is the Duffer brothers.
The heart of the Praxic fire is the Guardian. Without the
I think too many people are complaining. Oh, that's the scene I'm talking about. I actually understood exactly what's happening right off the bat. No, I don't mind what happened in the fallout from the scene. I don't like. I think the ending should have been different. To give things stakes. Or chicken. No, Russos did, you know, they were Endgame, Infinity War Endgame. They're doing Doomsday. I think they did the Electric Company too. I think they, which had Millie Bobby Brown in it, which is what you might be thinking of. They did that, right? Am I crazy? I feel like they did that. Oh, you want barbecue? Dude, real and based and true. Electric State? What did I call it? Oh, did I call it the Electric Company? Wherever the fuck. The one with the robots that looked really bad. Wait, did I not fucking kill it? Oh, guy in the bubble. Land. Bam. Alright, we'll have to Nuka-Cola this. I think we can chunk it. Hello, any dark crystal stands here? Oh, I guess I should save this for use. Oh, triple damn.
Guardian down.
Are you serious? That didn't just give me the fucking buff? With hands.
Guardian down.
What the fuck? Yo, K-Swiss, what's up? Yeet. Alright, I can start
Guardian down.
helping getting these things down now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, I was not paying attention. Yesterday was your lucky day. You got the CYAN and the pink crystal to drop. Let's fucking go. All right, one more. We're gonna get the dark crystal right here, ladies and gents. It's gonna be so freelo. It's not even funny. Where does it drop? Does it drop on kill or does it drop from chest? I guess we'll never know.
The order is saved. For now. There's never an end to our work. New dredgens will
We
rise,
go
with
again.
threats we can't yet imagine. But with you on our side,
Chest? Okay.
I think we'll do just fine.
Do you know if you've got it if a third engram drops? I think that was run 16 for me. For those of you who weren't here when I opened it, check this bad boy out. This trophy I got for winning the heavy metal tournament from Bungie. Check that shit out, dude. It's so big. It's like, it's unbelievable how big this is. Insane. The sparrow moves. I think it's supposed to stay on the rock like that, so it doesn't move. Insane. That scene you were talking about earlier actually pisses me off even more because I think the episode would have been pretty much perfect without it. Yeah.
Bale is recruiting dredgens. Not a
Bro,
light
why is
bearer
Bale always
among
recruiting
them.
dredges and
One
shit?
is after the relics in Venus'
Like, can you stop
Praxic
fucking doing that?
temple, including a dossier of active Praxic agents. That information in the Imperium's hands puts the entire Praxic order at risk. And with them, every guardian.
What scene are you talking about? Goopy
Take down
scene.
the Imperial dredgens. Save the order. Show me the fire that burns within you.
I wonder what the odds, like if you're more likely to get it from final boss. They'll be recruiting dredges like Captain's be shooting scare with Strand. True. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh, I'm stuck in a tree. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I'm dead. Oh, no. Oh, this is no good. Oh, we clutched those. You haven't taken crystal yet? The taken crystal is what we are farming. That is the last thing I need. Pretty much the last part of this DLC I need to get is the taken crystal. I got mine from Seer, but yeah, I've seen people get it from all over the place. I'm curious what is like, if all the drop rates are identical. My understanding is you can only drop them final after your first clear. No, it's that every encounter has a chance. Oh shit! Every encounter has a chance to drop it, but only one chance per full clear of all 3 encounters. So effectively, you cannot farm encounters for it. You have to farm full clears for it. I just don't know if the drop chance... Like, if I was Bungie, I would probably make Final Boss have the highest chance to drop it. Oh, jeez. But that is that is entirely speculative. That is completely speculative. I was literally moving so that didn't happen. What armor's the best to farm once you hit 550? Right now I like running 2 smoke jumper, which you can't get, and 2 of the Pharaoh potent, but also the adaptive stuff from Kepler is very easy to farm and very good. Society of drop rates are in the API, dude. And then the only triumph I think I need left from the entire expansion is I need to do a 5 feet. And other than that, I'm done with triumphs. I need to do my seasonal guilds and stuff, but I'm actually making like really good progress on all of those as well. So feeling pretty good about the grind of this expansion so far.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Yeah, without the Chunk Sherpa, it's going to be brutal. Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that they'll likely... There is a chance that they'll nerf Cutthroat, just like they did for Desert Perpetual. I don't know if that's necessarily... I think instead of that, I would just rather them counting the 5 feet as, like, having 5 feet, or not 5 entire feet, but same way, like, the loot, like, challenges counts for 2 feet, Cutthroat counts for 3, like, the actual number being 5. I would much rather them do that than nerf Cutthroat. What about the Bugged Invader Triumph? Those aren't worth score. So I actually don't have to worry about those. Nicely enough. Loved my game show. Thank you. I have another one coming out. Different game, but same group of people coming out in this following week. I'm working through the edit currently. I'm glad people enjoyed it, though. It was a lot of fun to put together. It's such a fun group of people to do stuff with, and I'm glad everyone seems to be receiving it really well. Like, I think people like our oh shit! People like our chemistry together, which is awesome. Bro, get in the fucking pit, nerd! Oh my god. Real ones do all the triumphs even if they don't award score. I did all the fishing triumphs, but ever since they didn't add a fishing title, dude, kinda in the... Man, why'd I do this? Can't. Dude, get in your fucking hole! Oh, did we bug him? Oh, that was a good chunk of thin. Yo! That was so toxic.
You're a natural with these powers. He barely slowed you down.
I'm sorry, there's no way to farm Mint Retrograde anymore. They're working on it. They said they're going to bring it back. It's the hard part of power creep in Destiny. Introducing the most broken gun ever and not being able to make something super enticing to replace it. It's brutal. Such a streamer thing to do. Look at the camera every time something strange happens. Blame the office. chill. Dude, these fucking doors closing. Slowing me down. Nice. Nice. Huge. Right on. Holy. Get my jetpacks. Bam, bam. Are you fucking serious? Okay. Dude. I'm actually the greatest Destiny player of all time. I ran a survey. And I was the only one that filled it out, and the top response was that I'm the best SC player of all time. And I got like a certificate. And so must be true.
The true throne, he'd be nearly unkillable.
Between which two dungeons would you rank EQ? Oh Jesus. Well, okay, I have to go in order. It's gonna be a controversial list. Okay, top to bottom, I'd probably do like Vespers, Warlord, Shattered Throne. I know, sleeper pick, I don't care. Then like maybe Sundered Equilibrium. Do I like I think I like Sundered and Equilibrium about the same amount. They're about maybe Equilibrium a little better than Sundered. So pretty low. Top. So what was that? Top 5? Somewhere in there. It's all right. I don't mind it. I like it. It is. Yeah. It's like 4 or 5 on the list, I would say. I like, what's up, Jason? I love Shattered Throne. I think it's just so vibey. Very good experience for me. I like just existing in that space. I think it's. I would love a new version of Shattered Throne. I think that'd be awesome. Vespers, I think, is just like the almost perfect in terms of a complete package. Warlords, very fun. Could be a little. Could have better loot. Loot in Warlords was pretty shit. I am though, minus the one-hand cannon or the one sidearm. Indebted kindness. Indebted kindness. Is that it? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, speedrun tech in Shattered is also very fun. I think I like Sundered better for me because I like the theme's mechanics more, or they're more interesting. So the gameplay in this feels better. Yeah, I think Sundered has a less interesting loot overall for me. Though Augurs obviously carries. Oh shoot. Second encounter of Sunder is just so fucking good, dude. That's like a top 5 dungeon encounter, I think. It's so good. It'd be really fun to do like a top 5 or 10 dungeon encounter ranking. I think Puppeteer would definitely be on there. Ekthar would be on there. second encounter, totems. Totems would be on there. Or Zootech lock set or whatever. What else would be on there? I think Chicken Boy from Spyro would be on there. I like Chicken Boy a lot. Going through all the bosses, all the encounters in my head. Shields from Grasp of Avarice would be on there. Fucking not. I actually, I really like Frisia. I think Frisia is a really good encounter from Grasp. Actually, I don't know if I'd consider it top 5, but it's definitely a good one. Warlord. Oh, Heffen's cool. Oh shit, that's not a sword. Kel Echo. That's a good encounter. I don't know. I like the tech in Prophecy. I really respect the tech. Houndus just clickbaited the hell out of me. What happened? Cube Room in Prophecy is the only part of the dungeon that makes it a lower ranking. Yeah, it's just so slow. So slow. Alright, who are we trying to kill here? Where's there? Trying to do some vibe-based matchmaking right now. See if I can locate person who needs to die. Oh, was that the hand? Are we good? Oh shit, it's Deeps. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh, that was some severe chunkage right there. Oh, I'm not. No! I need to come here. Do your bullshit. Do your bullshit. Come on. Yes! No! Oh, motherfucker. Please tell me that's not a wipe. Okay. We're good at the game. His newest video title made it seem like Bungie just made a new mistake, but the video's just talking about the past few months with Edge of Fate and Portal. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why we're... For me, it's the sort of thing, like, everyone fucking knows. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. You know, there's not... This is why I don't continuously make these sorts of videos, because it's like nothing I say is going to tell anyone anything. You know? Bungie knows we don't like it. We know we don't like it. Your mother knows we don't like it. It's like, okay. I guess we could continue to bitch about it, or we can just like lock in and have fun on the parts of the game that aren't bad. Alright, time for the one phase. Yo, why am I so fucking dying? Oh, this is no good. Oh, Cole's gonna die too. Oh no, Cole. Don't die, Cole. Oh my god, Cole. Oh my gosh, look at these moves. Oh my. He is him. Oh my goodness. Wait, why are we being how did we not finish the other room? I guess we just missed a blight or something. Why waste energy on complaining about the same thing and focus on playing and enjoying the stuff we do? Yeah. That's just, I don't know. I think it's important to get feedback, but at a certain point, like, if you're not saying anything interesting or new, I don't know. For me, it's just a waste of time. Okay, 2 more. Guess I'll save these for deeps. Like, I think the best thing that we can do right now is give almost positive examples. Be like, hey, we like this part of this expansion. It does this better than what you were trying to do with X or whatever. Dude, you are such a nerd. Okay.
The order is saved. For now, there's never an end to our work. New dredges
I saw the
will
extra
rise,
engram.
along with threats we can't yet imagine.
Dude.
But with you on
I
our side,
think
we'll do just fine.
What was that? This was my 18th full clear. 18 clears. Let's freaking go. Cole and Dredgen, thank you both for helping me out. I appreciate you both very much for the speed runs. We're freaking done. We are effectively done with the DLC. Every crystal, every upgrade. Oh my goodness. I am incredibly happy. Oh, it's so hot, dude. 1 second. We're going into the shooting range. I'm so happy with how the farming has turned out in this expansion. Like, once again, I know we already talked about it, but the fact that the Praxic Blade has so many different components that you can customize, and the vast majority of them come from actually interacting and playing all of the different various parts of this DLC. Lawless Frontier, interacting with the factions, doing the exotic mission and all the secrets in the exotic mission, actually doing the dungeon. What a huge W, and I really hope Bungie continues to build on that going forward, because it is just so good to have things that not only like are amazing cosmetics, but also the things that actually impact gameplay come from actually doing stuff that's not like play Crucible again. Not, you know, there needs to be things from farming Crucible and stuff, but encouraging people to interact with the DLC is awesome and is an incredibly stark contrast to Edge of Fate, where there was no extended chase for that DLC, and they capped the light at 200. So it was effectively like, stop playing this content as soon as possible and go back to playing the rest of the game that you've been playing forever. Whereas this DLC is, no, take your time, enjoy this content, and you have multiple layers of things to farm. Very well done, and something that I hope they learn and take a lot of lessons from, and keep going in the future. This is just beautiful, dude. So freaking good. So good. Do you know how to get the old press kit Forsaken Shadow Keep? If they're not on the official press kit site, I do not know. There should be one highly customizable exotic per release. Feels like an easy formula to create a fun grind. Yeah, I totally agree. I sent you the link to my video on Twitter. Oh, to the video on Twitter? Which one is this? Yo. That is fucking sick. 3D printing is one of those things I can never let myself get into because I know it'd be a problem. Send me the video on Twitter. Oh, the Donkey video or whatever? Did you DM me? Yes, you did. How long is this video? 20 minutes? Okay. We can check it out. 2 in 1 stream? Yeah, dude, we're kind of done with Renegades. The most important thing that people like to play with the exotic. I only see Choir in the last 2 years. I'd be interested as much with the play. Yeah, I've not touched portal activities beyond doing the odd conquest or whisper for the yellow crystal because I've had new content. Yeah, exactly. And once again, like, I was very adamant when the portal came out and talking to Bungie and giving my feedback and talking to them about the light grind and you know, I said this in many videos, like, the portal in premise is fine. Like, I think the portal could solve a lot of very important issues, but it needs to be supplemental in the focus after new content. But new content should always be the primary focus for the majority of the DLC. And that's something they did a very poor job of with the Edge of Fate, with time lapse missions and the Civ. And it's something they have done a much better job with in Renegades. And even like Equilibrium, personally, I feel like has had more staying power and reason to farm than Desert Perpetual. Now, that could be because it's easier to farm a dungeon than a raid. But I feel like they've really hit their stride with this DLC, and I hope they continue to do that going forward for sure. Okay. If Scare got his hands on 3D printer materials, he would lose himself. It'd be 3 days later with no sleep, and he wouldn't even realize it. Yeah, it would be kind of a problem for sure. Do we think these carry over to the next DLC? Because I could just start hoarding rep for Shadows in Order. All right, maybe let's check out this video. So Donkey is I've only heard him referenced in a single Bife video. I think he's like a newer creator, or he's just started you know, getting a little bit of traction. The 9 are the rules of the flower game.
Hello everyone.
Okay. Oh, whiteboard video. I already like this guy. 1 second. How's the volume here?
And welcome back to another lore.
That's too loud. That's too loud, I think. Check this out real quick.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another lore
Is that good?
Donkey theory video. This is, I think, my best theory yet, and I'm super excited to present it to you guys. I want to
fit check first, please. Can you see that hat, man? All right, let's check out Joe's fit real quick. Oh, what's DMG doing? Okay, gaming. This does look like a hat you would wear IRL, by the way. I mean that in a good way. I think you'd pull that off. Something that I would like to be changed in the Praxic Blade menu is the crystal selection be moved to the appearance side. Yeah, that could happen. All right, let's go back to this video. I like this setup. I really, I personally love videos that are more like genuine and less produced. I mean, I do this style of video all the time. I just connect with this sort of thing better.
Personal thanks to Bife for the interview he conducted with Allison that he just posted on his channel last night, because if it wasn't for the amazing questions that Bife asked Allison and the incredible insight that Allison gave,
I know like
in
nothing about the
regards to
flower game
Destiny
other than the
universe and
one
story
like
of the Fate
reference
Saga,
that
this theory would not
there's
exist. It is
the
thanks
classic
to
lore
that
book
interview
from.
that I had this eureka moment that led to the creation of this theory. And so the theory I'm presenting to you guys today
It is also
is
nice. Sorry, not to keep cutting him off. It is. Oh, here, let me grab a link for you guys. By the way, I should have done this. I should have started with this. I apologize. This is one thing I really miss, and we had it a lot in very early zombies, like conflicting theories. And I feel like in Destiny, it's been a while since I have seen a lot of like argument or debate over lore. Like I feel like as towards the end of Edge of Fate, towards the end of the Final Shape, a lot of the lore was considered to be like solved, or we were waiting. Now we are reaching a time in Destiny where it feels like the writing's more complex and they don't spell things out as much for us. And I think that leads to some really interesting discussions, which I'm a huge fan of. And it was always one of my favorite parts of early zombies back in the day too. So.
And I believe the 9 are the original rules of the flower game made manifest within the universe. This all comes from a question Bife asked Allison about eclipse energy. And in response, Allison said that the 9 are the rules. They are what allow the capacity for paracausality to function in the first place. And because of that status they have as the rules, they have this ability to turn up or down the capacity for paracausality to function. And Eclipse is this energy the 9 can use to basically turn paracausality all the way down. And so the question that kind of follows is, what rules do the 9 represent, right? Because paracausality allows you to subvert most of the laws of the universe. It allows you to subvert the laws of physics and any form of conventional means possible. So if the 9 are rules that can subvert paracausality, they've got to be some pretty special rules. And as I did some digging,
the one thing that I am very interested in, and he might touch on his opinions on this, but we are focused on the 9 of our universe, or in our solar system. But surely any mass that meets the requirements would have this sort of being, right? Tora Bottle should have a 9 theoretically. Reese should have a 9. Fundament should have a 9. And in fact, in our planet, uninhabited planets also have them as well. So does just anything with big enough mass have a 9? And then if that is true, if they all control the rules, how does our solar system, like, is it like a locality thing? Like, how does that work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can R9 influence what, Tora Bottle does or whatever? Like, it's such a weird concept for me that you just have effectively, because if it's anything with enough mass, or because you could, I think early on the thought was like maybe you need to have life there or whatever, but I don't think that's true, because obviously most of the planets in our solar system don't. Okay, but what's the cutoff of, like, so Pluto doesn't have a 9, but Mercury is pretty small. So like what's the sufficient cutoff? And then is there too massive for a 9? Like what are the rules here? This is what I really want to know going forward.
All led me to unveiling and this theory that the 9 are the original rules of the flower game. And so in order for this theory to make sense, I'm going to need to do a brief breakdown of unveiling, because unveiling is where we learn the most about the flower game and its many different rules, as well as the dynamic between the gardener and the winnower and how the universe was created in the first place.
Venus and Edge of Fate lore book asks the same question: if there are others like them out there. There have to be. There's no way it's only our planets. Like that just can't happen. did the Witness's planet have a 9? What about Rolk? When Rolk blew up his planet with the upended, what was Rolk's planet's name? I feel like I would know it if I heard it. When he inverted his sun, did that like kill all the 9? Like what's going on here? Why are they letting this happen? Lubre, thank you. Yes. What's going on here? Also, does mass equal strength? So if other solar systems, galaxies have their own 9, like you're saying, are they more powerful because they're bigger? So yeah, that's a great question. Is Jupiter, which is what, 5, is that more powerful than 6? Like, how does that work? Because right now, it seems like 6 is probably the most powerful, but really, I guess the sun would be the most powerful. I don't know. It's just like, there are so many. Or is there even power scaling? Do they even care about that? Like our 9 like agree to like vote on stuff until they just decided not to do that. But like, what is the consequences for Saturn stepping out of line? Can the sun just fucking nuke it? Like what's happening? If it's mass, it's weird because Ganymede has almost as much mass as Mercury. Yeah, like I feel like the rules here need to be more properly explored. Does the fucking black hole at the center of the Milky Way, does that have like the Uber 9? Like what's happening? I need like this to be expanded. If we ever leave our solar system, are we just utterly fucked because we have to kill more gods or whatever? The vibe I get with the 9 that it's possible for other 9 beings to form in other solar systems is just extremely rare. But why? Why is it rare? If it's rare, why did we get 9 of them? You know? Also, it doesn't matter how rare it is because the universe is infinite. Right? There are infinite numbers of stars and celestial bodies and planets for those stars. And so there are effectively infinite 9. And what does that mean? It's, I feel like they've now introduced this thing where it's like, I don't know. It could just go. If in our universe alone, the 9 have allowed the Traveler to come, allowed the Witness to come, allowed all of these things to transpire, are now making their own Taken and or trying to emulate the Lord of Every Nothing and try to make their own Taken and pull themselves into the Ascendant Realm. And that's just happening in our tiny part of the universe. What the fuck are the other 9 doing? You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of stuff has been allowed to happen and influenced to happen in a speck of the universe. What's going on everywhere else? So,
quickly break down the important parts of unveiling so we all have a basic understanding, and then we're going to put it all together and explain this theory in the best way I can so that it makes sense for all of you guys. So first, let's ask the question of what is the Unveiling lorebook? Unveiling was released in Shadowkeep, and it basically consists of a bunch of letters that the Winnower is sending to us in the hopes of convincing us that he is correct, convincing us to join his side. And within these letters is the creation story of the Destiny universe.
And these are considered to be traditionally unreliable. Like, I think Unveiling is considered to have an unreliable narrator, right? So we can't even take everything there for face value, I think. If I remember, that was the general consensus. The Knights say the Traveler came here for a reason. It did not come to Sol by chance. They also say Sol had life billions of years ago, but it vanished. What do you mean billion? How did Sol have life billions of years ago? Like, how many billions? This is important. Earth only, what, 7 billion years old? Just, you know, I feel I need expansion here.
It's the story of the co-creators of the Destiny universe in the Garden Before
I thought Unveiling was more propaganda than actual letters. Yeah, that was kind of my understanding too.
Before the universe was created, there was the Gardener and the Winnower. And in this Garden Before Time, they played 2 games together. The first game was the game of possibilities, and the second game was the game of flowers. Now, the game of possibilities was this game of creation, co-creation, where both the Gardener and the Winnower would collaborate to create patterns, create new things, new possibilities within the
Your
garden.
mom is 7
and they
billion
would take
years old?
these
That's
creations
insane.
that they made together, and they would use them in the game of flowers, which is ultimately a sort of game of competition, where they would put all these flowers, put all these patterns that they created, and they would see which pattern came out on top. Which pattern, which flower was the best shape of itself, and
I would make the best flowers in this game. I could kick both the Winnower and the Gardener's ass, bro.
win the game. And this game
They make
of
shitty
or
flowers.
the flower game, only had 4 rules. And here's what Unveiling has to say about it. So this is from the 3rd chapter of Unveiling, titled The Flower Game. And it reads, "These are the rules of a game. Let it be played upon an infinite 2-dimensional grid of flowers. Rule 1. A living flower with less than 2 living neighbors is cut off. It dies. Rule 2. A living flower with 2 or 3 living neighbors is connected. It lives. Rule 3. A living flower with more than 3 living neighbors is starved and overcrowded. It dies.
This is
Rule 4,
Thanos level
a
shit,
dead
dude.
flower with exactly 3 living neighbors is reborn. It springs back to life. The only play permitted in the game is the arrangement of the initial flowers." So those are the 4 rules of...
At some point in Destiny, we need a flower game ARG where we have to solve puzzles like this.
the game of flowers. And as the...
I don't care, you know, make it a grid and be like, there's like an initial, there's things on the grid already, and we get a certain number of placements to solve and you know, create a picture or whatever. I don't fucking know. That would be so sick if we as the community had to solve a game of the flower game. That'd be fucking awesome.
Gardener and the Winnower continued to play this game together. The Gardener got more and more frustrated with
Or
the
raid
flower
mechanics.
And that's because the same pattern, the same flower, would win the flower game over and over.
I could beat it.
Again. It would be the same outcome every single time.
I could beat it.
And
That
the
flower
Gardener
sucks.
Hated this. The Gardener became vexed by the flower game, as the text says. But in the face of this lack of complexity, because the game keeps ending the same, the Gardener proposes a new rule. And this is what the Gardener has to say in the chapter titled The First Knife Within Unveiling. A special new rule, something to... The Gardener threw up their hands in exasperation.
Scary
I don't
YouTuber
know.
called Asurla made a game based off of the flower game. Is the flower game a real thing? Or is this only a Destiny thing?
To
game
reward
of
those
life?
who make space
Wait, like
for
the
new
board game?
complexity. A power that helps those who make strength from heterodoxy, and to steer the game away from gridlock. Something to ensure there's always someone building something new. It'll have to be separate from the rest of the rules, running in parallel so it can't be compromised. And we'll have to be very careful so it doesn't disrupt the whole game. All you will do, I said, and this is the winner we're talking, all you will do, I said, with rising panic and fury, is delay the dominant pattern that will overrun the others. It is inevitable. One final shape. No, it'll be different. Everything will be different. Everywhere you look. Everything will be the same. Your new rule will only make false cysts of horror full of things that should not exist, that cannot withstand existence, that will suffer and scream as their rich blisters fill with effluent and rot around
Is that
them.
why they were called
And when they
cysts in
pop,
the Pale
it will
Heart?
blight the whole garden. Whatever exists
They
because
doing
it
lore
must
shit here?
exist and because it permits no other way of existence, has the absolute claim to existence. That is the only law. No, the gardener said. I am the growth and preservation of complexity. I will make myself into a law in the game. And thus,
Now, that's the type of ego I fucking love. Okay? Fuck it, I'm a rule! Okay?
we too became
I
parts of
vibe
the
with
game.
that.
The laws of the game became gnomic and open to change by our influence.
Playthegameoflife.com? What is this? Game of Life is not your typical computer game. It's a cellular automaton. It was invented by Cambridge mathematician John Conway. This game became widely known when it was mentioned in an article published by Scientific American in 1970. It consists of a grid of cells which, based on a few mathematical rules, can live, die, or multiply depending on initial conditions. The cells from various patterns throughout the course of the game. Each cell... Oh, so it's the same rules. And so the same thing happens every time. So if I place these randomly, it'll always result in the same stuff. Is this the end of the Game of Life? Dude. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
One purpose and one principle in the game, and I could not do anything but continue to enact that purpose, because it was all that I was and ever would be. So the gardener proposes a new rule that would run in parallel with the old rules, the original 4 rules of the flower game. And so out of this proposal, both the gardener and the winnower became new rules within the flower game. And the rules that the gardener and the winnower became were the light and the darkness. This was the introduction of paracausality into the game of flowers. And one of the questions I asked myself as I was researching for this theory is, why didn't the gardener propose to change the old rules, right? Why did the gardener insist on creating
This theory is
new rules,
insane.
becoming one of the new rules,
Why?
when they could have just suggested, why don't we just change the old rules so that it can get my desired outcome? But the gardener said, we have to make new rules in parallel with the old ones so not to compromise the entire game. And it is this line that is extremely integral to my theory of the 9 being the old rules of the flower game. And so I want this question to sit with you guys before we get into the more theory-based section is the gardener and the winnower, is the light in the darkness, is paracausality as this new rule subject under the influence of the old rules? And so for our last little bit of analysis,
It's like,
let's
okay, but the 9 only exist, right? If life is, if the existence is the game, but the 9 only exist at certain points in time, like, you know, you need the mass, you need the planet, you need the sun, you need whatever, the celestial body for a 9 to form. But I don't understand, you know what I mean? They didn't exist before this. They are part of the game. I don't fucking know.
talk about the battle.
So
in the
surely there would be
garden
something
and
that
the
preempts the
creation
game.
of the Destiny universe. So the Winnower, in the face of the Gardener proposing this new rule, became extremely angry. And in an attempt to stop the Gardener from creating the new rules, the Gardener and Winnower fought within the garden. And in the vibrations, in the cosmic energy released from their clash, the Destiny universe was created and the game of possibility ends. But the Flower game continues onward. And what happens is, in the wake
Wasn't
of
the puzzle to get to our
creation of
grave
this
the Flower game?
universe, from
Quarters
the
of
clash
time?
of the
No, I
Gardener
don't think so.
and the Winnoworm, is that literally everything that was in the garden became
How can you
real
preempt something
within
that
the
occurs outside of
universe.
time?
The Gardener and the Winnoworm
I mean, they did.
entered the universe as two new rules of the game, as the light and the darkness made manifest as the Traveler and the Veil. The flowers and the patterns made manifest as life within the universe. We have this example of the Vex. The Vex were originally the winning pattern. They were the pattern that kept winning the Flower game over and over and over again. Those guys became the Vex. We have the garden itself became manifest as the Black Garden. And we know this because the mountain, the stump that's in the center of the Black Garden that we go onto during the Garden of Salvation raid, that is the stump of the Tree of Silver Wings that was in the garden before time, that was cut down during the Gardener and the Winnower's fight. So everything that was in the garden became real in the universe. And if the two new rules of the Flower game, being the light and the darkness, or the Gardener and the Winnower, the two new rules of paracausality became real and manifest, what about the old rules of the Flower game, right? What about the 4 old rules? What happened to them when they got pushed into the new universe? And so this is where I'm going to bridge into the theory section of the video and take all of the pieces established in my breakdown and put them together and make the theory make sense. Okay, so let's try and put
What
all of
about
the
other
pieces
paracausal forces though that aren't connected to the light and dark? Like where do they stem from?
together. Let's try and prove that the 9 really are the old rules of the Flower game. Let's draw a bit of a diagram. So when the Gardener was establishing the new rules of the Flower game, the Gardener wanted to make sure that the rules of paracausality, the 2 additions, ran in parallel with the original rules of the Flower game, right? Like right here, the 4 original rules. And they wanted to make sure it didn't contradict or conflict with the original rules, so as not to compromise.
There are no other paracausal forces that are not
the
connected to the
integ-
Gardener. What about like is sword logic and bomb logic not considered paracausal? Or are those technically darkness? I don't fucking know, dude. This feels
integrity of the Flower game. And the reason why that detail is extremely important is because it's suggesting this idea that the light and the darkness, the Gardener and the Winnower, are reliant on the foundational rules of the Flower game. And ultimately,
sword
I
equals
feel like
dark,
that
bomb
makes
equals light.
a lot of sense. Because if the Gardener and the Winnower started changing all the rules, right? Like I said, why didn't the Gardener and the Winnower change the rules? If they did change the rules, and they started, cutting this law out and that rule out, and they started changing them and replacing them, the Flower game would stop being the Flower game. You would be changing and corrupting and removing the foundation of what makes the Flower game the Flower game. I want to use chess as a bit of an example here. Chess is a game with a lot of different rules. And I'm definitely not a chess expert, so if I get any of the terminology wrong, please forgive me. I'm just using this as an analogy. So chess has a lot of rules that are foundational to the idea of, chess, right? Certain things like, the bishop can move diagonally, the queen can basically move anywhere in any direction it wants to, as many spaces, stuff like that, right? The rook can go straight in either direction, stuff like that, right? These are foundational ideas to chess. If I wanted to add some ideas, add some rules to chess,
We're gonna keep going. A problem is something that I'm having trouble rationalizing in my head. If there are like an infinite number of the 9, then how do they represent 4 rules? Like, what does that mean? And then if one dies, you know, like 0 was a rule that never, or was a 9 that never existed. Is that a rule that never existed or whatever? If 3 dies, is the universe falling apart because the rules of the game are breaking? Like, but if it just takes one of these guys to die and there's effectively possibly infinite number of them, you know what I mean?
I could add the
that's just
rule,
where my
for
brain's
example,
going.
That, you know, you can only move each piece by 1 square, right? 1 square on the board. This addition to the rules of chess doesn't foundationally change chess, right? It can still be played. It's just going to be a little bit different. Foundationally, the core of chess is still the same. But let's say I started saying, I don't like chess very much. You know what? I don't like how the bishop moves. I'm cutting that out of the game. Oh, I don't like how the queen moves. I'm cutting that out of the game. I don't like how the rook moves. I'm cutting it out of the game. And I keep cutting and cutting and cutting away at the foundation of chess, changing the rules, removing pieces, all these things. Eventually, chess is going to stop being chess. It's just not going to exist anymore. It's going to become something else. And because the flower game is so foundational to the existence of the universe, to the dynamic between the gardener and the winnower, to remove and change
They're not
these
infinite number of the
rules,
9. I just don't think we have any reason to believe that is not true. Or that statement is true.
would be catastrophic. It would almost arguably...
If the 9 are based off of something with a certain amount of mass or proximity to life or something like that, and the universe is functionally infinite, there would be infinite 9.
bring a word
just by like
bring the
definition
end to the universe as we know it, because the foundation of the universe is the flower game, which to me screams the idea of the prophecy of extinction. I want you guys to remember what Allison said in Bife's interview. Allison said that the 9 are the rules, and that they are what gives paracausality the capacity to exist in the first place. And since we know that the light and the dark, the gardener and the winnower, became manifest in the game as the traveler and the veil, these new rules were manifested in the universe in physical, real ways, so too would the old rules of the game become manifest and physical and real in the universe. And so my idea is, because of the similarity, this dynamic, where the 9 are the rule through which paracausality is subjected to, in the same way that the rules of the light and the dark are subjected to the rules of the flower game. And then if you cut away at the rules of the flower game, you would be cutting away at the universe itself, since the universe is foundationally based on the flower game. So too, if you cut away the 9, you bring us towards the prophecy of extinction. It was the death of 3 that started this whole prophecy in the first place. But there's a problem. Donkey. It's in the name. There's 9 fourth dimensional beings linked to the 9 celestial bodies in our solar system. But there's only 4 rules of the flower game. The math doesn't add up. How does this correlate? There's something missing here. And I have an answer for you. And to be honest, if I want to be fair, it is the weakest part of this theory. I've had this section called What a Flower Knows that's been empty on the whiteboard the entire video. And I'm sure some of you guys were wondering what its purpose
That's why I
was.
can't get over this theory. Like, why would she say that if they're not connected to the rules? They can be connected to the rules. That doesn't mean that they are the rules, right? They have the power just to shut down paracausality. If they're not the rules, what rules are they? So you can think though, right? Like, for instance, the winnower in this example, the gardener and the winnower are not, they become rules, but they also have, since they are effectively playing the game, they have the ability to control what rules they do or do not adhere to, right? It's like if you're playing Monopoly at home, if I make home rules, or you know, we change something, you can buy, if you're in debt, I can buy your property for twice of what it's worth, or whatever home rules you play with in Monopoly. 400 for passing go instead of 200. That doesn't make you the rules. That just makes you the person who controls whether or not you adhere to the base rules or an additional set of rules as well, right? So, in a sense, you know, the 9 could just be your mom telling you to fuck off. You're following these rules, or you're not following these rules. But it doesn't make her functionally the rules. Like, if your mom dies, those rules still exist. You know?
Entire time, but now I'm finally giving you guys some answers. This is my, although a bit of a stretch, attempt to answer the dilemma with this.
Yeah, 60's just telling us to clean our rooms.
9
Exactly.
Members of the 9, but only 4 original rules to the flower game. How would it be possible for the 9 to be the manifestations of the original rules?
Like, what if the 9 are
game
just the guys at the
if
Hasbro factories, like, printing the fucking, the pamphlets out? You know what I mean?
It's only 4 original rules. It just doesn't add up. What I have here listed on the whiteboard is a list of what I would call loose rules of the flower game that are sourced from the final chapter of the In Spiral lore book titled Winnowing. So Winnowing is another...
So where do they get the ability to control paracausality? Dude, maybe they're just like, I don't fucking know. That's not for me to answer. Where did the winnower or the gardener get the rules, the ability to control these things?
Message we received from the winnower, and this lore entry is a little bit of a clarification that the winnower is giving to us in regards to the functions of what was going on in the garden before time. It gave us a little bit more detail in regards to how the flower game worked, right? What was the mechanisms behind the flower game, and how
hunch regarding other systems not having 9 like hours, maybe because the winner and the gardener's paracausal showdown happened in hours. That happened in the Black Garden, though, which is outside. That isn't necessarily in our solar system, right? I think that's considered outside of everything. We can just access it, I think. I don't fucking know, dude. All of this shit's like all fucking... It's all over the place. I remain adamant until we see evidence otherwise. Other solar systems have 9. I remain incredibly adamant about this.
did the game of possibilities work, right? What was the collaborative effort between the gardener and the winnower within the game of possibilities? And so what the In Spiral lorebook establishes is at the top of the lore entry, it lists 5 things that a flower knows. And these 5 things are as follows. A flower knows the direction of the sun, the presence of the rain, the tangle of its roots, the distress of another plant, and whether it's been pruned, transplanted, or crushed by the hands of a gardener. In the context of the In Spiral lorebook, it's not talking about like the gardener, but a gardener who just tends to the garden. It's not like capital G gardener, if you know what I mean. And the reason why I'm calling, you know, this list of things a flower knows as these like loose rules of the game is because it's directly rooted in a conversation about the flower game from the winnower. And the winnower makes it extremely clear within the text, right, of the winnowing lore tab that although the conversation we're having is baked in metaphor,
wasn't improving the garden is the traveler? I do not know the answer to this. I do not know the answer to this. I know the witness was not the winnower, and that's what I got.
The meaning behind these terms is baked in truth. When he's trying to clarify how the flower game actually works, and he presents to us these 5 truths about what a flower feels, what a flower knows within the game, it feels like another element of truth, of order within the game itself. When I look at this on the board, right, obviously we've gone up to 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When I look at the division of these 2 ideas, of like, here's the hard cut inmalleable, set in stone rules.
Oh,
of
it's
the Flower game.
it's inside
And here's,
outside
like, the more
9.
subjective, personal aspects of how do the flowers operate in the game itself. What are the rules of the flowers? You know what I mean? Is it really reminds me of the dynamic of the outer 9 and the the inner 9.
Well, he got that
right?
backwards.
Where the
No.
way that life and soul.
No, he got him backwards here. No? Yeah, there's... Oh, no, he got him right. Sorry, I forgot 3 died.
Interacts with the 9 is it's divided in these two.
No, there's only 4 9 left on the inside. Oh, right.
Right, where the inner 9
Right, that's
are
the
these
point.
much more
That's the whole point of the
personal,
saga, my bad.
hospitable, caring members of the 9 who view our relationship as symbiotic.
Already forgot 3. Sorry. 3 was just kind of a nerd.
Where, if it is true that the 9 are the manifestations of the rules of the flower game in the real universe, then it's a beneficial relationship to keep both parties alive, because the flower game needs kind of 2 things.
3 lost a
operate, right?
1v1 with fucking the conductor, with Maya Sundaresh, dude. Catch me caring about 3 ever again. What a loser.
In order for the flower game to work,
Bro
it
got
needs
farmed right on
flowers. It
res.
needs life to function. And at the same time, in order for life to exist, the flower game and the rules of the flower game also need to exist. While the outer 9 are this much more rigid and cold and cruel group.
Echo is no joke, it
9,
is now.
where they're almost like tired of their
I'd win a
purpose,
1v1.
right?
Dude,
It
I
almost feels
don't even care about the whole Echo. Yeah, Echo is no joke. Did you see the cutscene? Echo was no joke.
You had to drag me down to bleed in the mud with you.
How many died to find the Chioma you call yours? Even then, you cast it aside.
You think that facsimile, that copy, was my Chioma, with fear behind her eyes? No, not mine.
Splitting hairs.
The Echo's no joke,
justify
bro.
Murder? You sound like Clovis.
Oh, an emotional assessment. Life is prototypes and iterations. Each past you relative to you now. Third-dimensional beings struggle with this concept.
No more words. Surrender!
Why? How will you compel me if I refuse? Put it down, Icor. Honestly,
Oh no.
the rest of you, lay down your arms.
Oh no.
Thank you. Now, come, drink your fill. Let me change your mind.
You can choose to end this differently. Let this obsession go.
Choice is the ego raging against the inevitable.
The Echo's so
See
powerful.
your choice. But I make my own fate.
Why didn't 3 just fucking do that?
But I make my
Actually, no, that's okay.
own fate.
The Echo's so powerful. 3 lost to this shit, bro.
And you.
Not this time.
I can only make you look. Perhaps, in time, you will see.
Oh, not the Echo of command, bro.
It's like an opposite story of the Witness, where the Witness was the civilization that really sought purpose.
So yeah, 3 lost to 1v1 to that shit? Trash tier, dude. The worst none. Catch me fucking dancing at his funeral.
And it didn't have any purpose until it learned of its origins as the first knife from the garden before time. And once it knew what it was created for, to trim and shape the garden, it sought that
Scaro's
purpose.
a 6 fan. 6 is infinitely more interesting than 3. 6 wouldn't get soloed by that.
Wholeheartedly, fully, to the point where it merged itself into a single collective being. But the outer 9 almost
Personally, if I saw her standing here with the Echo command, bam, magnetic grenade. Get one shot, nerd. Easy.
reject their original purpose. They are the manifestation of the original rules of the flower game. They're the more rigid aspect of these rules, set in stone, immalleable. They just are. They have this purpose intrinsic to them, and they don't want to be the rules anymore. They want to ascend, like in the case of 6. They don't want to be reliant on life. They don't want to be reliant on the flowers anymore. The inner 9 recognize that they need the flowers, and so they work with us. They work with the patterns of the flower game. Well, the outer 9 want to free themselves from us, from the tyranny of the flowers, you could say.
6 will
Yeah,
get
guys,
soloed by us instead,
that's the theory.
probably.
That the 9 are the original rules of the flower game.
Scare, would you consider the bit after ball dunking in a bit in an encounter? Finding the runes and killing the wizards? In fucking what? Finding runes in Pit of Heresy? Oh, in Pit, an encounter. No.
Made manifest in the universe of Destiny. Why they are the rules, as Allison calls them in Bife's interview. I think it makes sense overall, although I do think there's probably a couple holes in the theory. I do think the final bit of trying to balance, you know, the numbers here with the more loose, malleable rules. And
This only works if there's 9 of them. How does 0 apply into this? Or the Thea or whatever its name is. I remain adamant until the end of goddamn time. There are 9 in other. Until Bungie gives us reasons to believe otherwise, there are 9 in other solar systems.
Set in stone rules. It feels a little bit more like a stretch, but I still think it's a pretty cool theory, and I really hope it made sense. It's a lot more of a complicated theory than I've presented here throughout my
3 does
previous
not
4
make his
videos,
own fate.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the theory. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. I like the idea of the flower game being more relevant, and I really hope at some time we do get some sort of you know, ARG or community puzzle or something kind of playing into the flower game a little bit and having us explore it. I think that could be really fun. Oh, I guess I should claim these to help me get up to 110, eh? Oh, let's do our dailies here. Final blows with stasis damage. Final blows with snowballs. And dawning gifts to vendors. All right, let's do a couple dawning crucible games here. My issue with this series, why only our planet, is when all planets have a mind. Yeah, that's literally exactly my issue. Like I think there are infinite 9. But I don't know, we'll see. See you, Tech, thanks for hanging out. What would you consider the Pit encounters? Pit has 3 encounters, like every dungeon. It has the scaling for the symbols. It has totems, and it has Zolmonk. The rest are traversals. Imagine meeting the mind of Fundament. That'd be sick. In my headcanon, the 9 of Reese like really hates Aramis as well. And she's like, this fucking chick is back here again, dude. And then it's like, how... The thing that is so crazy to me is, like, the echoes. There are a ton of these things. We found 3 of them. And they can be supposedly... They can literally be supposedly powerful enough to break the rules of the flower game then? And it's like, so there's just a billion of these things? Why have we not heard anything else of the echoes here? I feel like the echoes could be so... I feel like that's one of those things that, like, Allison would say they're stocking the fridge with or whatever. But the fact that we haven't heard about an echo at all this year is very crazy to me. And it's like, one echo's gone, we destroyed it. One echo left our solar system, and the last echo that might be relevant is confirmed to be, like, powering down.
Your opponent, then take their crest.
So it's... If we're fighting these interdimensional beings, and we know one wants to, like, fucking obliterate us, hey, we should probably be tracking down these things that we know might be able to kill them. Because it's already killed one of them. I guess we probably don't want to kill them, though. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe one of the echoes can bind them, man. Echoes just give me such, like, a supernatural vibe. Like, oh, we need to find the knife made out of the jawbone of Cain or whatever, you know? Like, that sort of shit. It's like, I'd be collecting all the fucking... Those things seem important. I'd be collecting every echo and putting them in, like, a storage locker somewhere. You never know when you might need them. That shit seems important. Yo, Blue, what's up? Thank you for the 9 months. Did I ever tell you my theory about our ghost is the first echo? No. The Fallen's echo just... What did the Fallen echo do? Did it allow them to make Scorn? It was the echo of Reese. I don't even know what that means.
As one. I love it.
How long till we put an echo in a gun? Now that's the type of shit I'm talking about right here. Echo of life? Bro, that's what that shit did? It was the zombie echo? Collecting all the relics? You want more Curses of Nezarec? Because that's how you get Curse of Nezarec. Yes, I do! Did I DDoS you on Christmas? What the fuck does that mean?
Double down. A fire team that fights together stays together.
I'd be collecting all the echoes, making sick ass guns. I'd make a helmet out of an echo for sure, dude. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind, this guy sucks.
This is amazing.
I saw a message from Neomuna that they're hearing whispers again. Yeah, I want a Nezarec echo. That'd be sick. We'll call it the Echo of Daddy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That's my bad. Sometimes the inner thoughts gotta stay on the inside. That's okay. Echo subclass would go hard. I don't even know what that means. Isn't prismatic an Echo subclass? It's a combo of light and dark. Echo of mommy when? I just want an Echo to make me happy again. The Echo of dopamine. Yo, N1, thank you so much for the 10 months. Appreciate you very much, my friend. By the way, in case I forgot to say it, I hope everyone really enjoyed their holidays. Your time off, hopefully you get a couple days to relax. Echo of gambling, now that's what I'm talking about. 3 can be brought back following the flower game rules. It just needs to bind 2 of his neighbors. Holy shit. Can a rule, if you delete a rule, can it be brought back using another rule?
Victory is all I ask.
Hmm?
Good.
That one that Lugo has is not mine. I don't know what that is. Streamer rewards tux. I don't know what that means.
Well fought.
Did I complete any of these? Got close. Where's the Echo of Marathon seat? Oh my god, how sick would it be if there's like a giant, like a raid or whatever in Marathon, and you unlock an Echo and it changes something in Destiny? In 3 years, we finally killed Working Catheter in Marathon, and then it's like, Echo unlocked. It makes us way more juiced in Destiny. That would be sick. Tired of crossovers? Bro, you're such a hater. The Echo that Aramis now wields, as far as we knew, is the hands of Fickrel could rebirth the Scorn, but not completely, as a cost. They're at a cost of their ether cravings tripling, but in the hands of Aramis, who used it divine power to cleanse Mithrax of the curse of Nezarec, the Echo could protect. I don't fight, dude. I don't like the Echoes. I'll fucking say it. Give me all of them or give me none of them. That's how I feel. Does that mean that each Echo has a dark power and a light power? What's the light power of the Echo command? Because really, I had the dark power, making me just very much dislike the narrative of that season. Respectfully, I never want them to do a crossover again, but it's only a crossover if you're closed-minded, you know? What if Destiny and Star Wars were one game all along and you just didn't know it? What if this isn't actually a crossover and it's just the narrative continuing? You ever think about that? I think about that a lot. In the last 30 seconds, it's all I've thought about. I mean, I just watched a whole video about the rules of the flower game, and there were no rules about crossovers. But adding a crossover feels like adding a rule, which you can't do in the middle of a game. So, thusly, the crossover must be integral to this iteration of the flower game. It must be one of the core fundamental parts of this iteration of the flower game, which means it was here the entire time. Same thing with Fortnite. Same thing with The Witcher. Same thing with Assassin's Creed. Everything that's ever been represented in Destiny has been allowed from the start. Bam. That one Halo reference. To what you said earlier, I don't think you can bring back 3 by binding it. If a rule can be reconstructed by other rules that was redundant in the first place. Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. None of this, like... I just like to shoot things. You know what I mean? You can hit the gritty in Destiny. So that means that... Is that considered a crossover with our world? Or was the gritty independently invented in the Destiny universe? What do you think about that? They should remake Wrath of the Machine in Marathon. That's all I know. That's the rule. That's the rule of the Flower game I would institute. Carson's fault, by the way. They let a white boy direct the gritty mode. Is he the reason it's not the real gritty? And now I think about it, we do have an origin trait called Crossing Over. Would you look at that?
Guardian's crest and glory is yours.
Oh! Where's my Destiny times COD Zombies crossover? I'm so down for that. You got my Cyan Crystal, I didn't even realize. God knows how much time I... Oh no, that's brutal. Oh my god, I'm shit at this game, dude. I unlocked that emblem. That was one of the Final Shape Collector's Edition ones I solved. Easy. And then I got a bunch of hate mail about because I wouldn't tell people to unlock it because I was under NDA. Or under embargo. I think only embargo for that one.
Enemy can't kill if they're dead. Your enemy
There's deadass a chance if Activision never split, we would see a ray gun in Destiny 2. I'd take a fucking ray gun in Destiny 2.
That shut them down.
Yo, rude. Oh no. Were there any Edge of Fate Collector's emblems? No, there were no puzzles for Edge of Fate Collector's Edition. Minus there was one, there's like a cipher that we solved using, it was like a shorthand cipher. It was really cool. But I don't believe it led to anything in-game. There were no larger community puzzles. Unfortunately. I like and dislike Echoes because they're clear gimmicks to bring past offstage on-screen lore struggles back in the Light versus Dark saga. Yeah, that's kind of true. I vibe with that. That's my teammate. You can go first. Get solo super nerd. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Bad at video game. Oh. That's kind of crazy, Joe. Tractor Cannon a Half-Life crossover? Could be. It's a good point. When does a crossover become... Is it What level of official recognition do you need before it's a crossover versus an Easter egg or a reference? These are important questions I do not know the answer to.
Double down. Double down.
I don't know why I didn't just go for the guy straight ahead of me.
The enemy's almost won. Two for one. Yes! 3 down! You made that look easy, Warlock.
Oh my god, we're coming back.
Only 5 minutes left. Rise from this loss and fight again.
Easy. I say as we
You
lost.
can accept this loss, or you can fight again and reclaim.
Renegades is on the edge of being too much. I don't know. I really enjoyed. I don't even really like Star Wars, and I think they did a really good job with this personally. All right, 3 dawning gifts to deliver. Let's go talk to Zavala. Where's my Transformers collab? Dude. Imagine Eris just like fucking big robot Eris. That'd be sick. Alright, we get 3 Zavala cookies. Will I finish this tomorrow? Yeah, I'll likely finish this tomorrow. So, that's sick. Pretty much got that that guild done. And then I'll probably do a stream sometime this week focusing on Deadeye and all the other ones I need to work on, so. We already have a Transformers crossover. Think about how many of our enemies are called Prime. True! Yo, Dark Evil, how you doing? How do you have 5k spirit? I've barely even played, man. I don't even know. What can I even use this shit for? Oh, most of that's probably from farming the dungeon. You get a ton from farming the dungeon. You get like 300 a dungeon clear. It's probably that. Oh, dude, I'm just vibing. Dark. Renegade's homage is probably the only homage they could pull off and have it click together. D&D has a household name and influence, but it doesn't even have enough of its own unique flavor identity to work. Oh, I bet they could do doing D&D. Like, I bet they could make D&D work in-game, for sure.
Checking. Check, check, check. Thank you. Anything for you?
You a fan of Dragon Ball? Nah, not really. Alrighty, so that's this. And then we'll be done with the guilds tomorrow. Hell yeah, brother. Where am I even going here? Portal screen. That's where I wanted to go. Too many menus. Sick. Oh, maybe not tomorrow. Tuesday. It's a 6 shader. I was part of your team for O3 Renegades where I get my emblem at. The emblem will be in a TWAB, I think, coming up. They need to put the winning logo on it, but... How does this new build crafting work? I just got back into Destiny. I'm lost. Yo, soloist. I got you. I have a series of videos that you need to watch, my friend. From Edge of Fate. Okay. Bam. Watch that video. And then watch this video. And then watch this video. And those three will at least give you a really good start. What's in the box? This was in the box. This was the trophy I got from Bungie for winning the heavy metal tournament. Check that out, dude. Insane. Very fucking cool. Only 3 of these on the planet. All right, everybody. That is where I am going to end the video or the stream today. I do have to go into the lab for a little bit. Well, honestly, a normal day tomorrow, but probably stream tomorrow, doing some guild stuff, hanging out. Good stuff, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I love your faces. This was a lot of fun. Good stuff. Okay, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed your holidays, and I'll see you very soon, my friends. Peace.